Hi, and welcome to the Gelato Fiasco, where life comes in all sorts of flavors.
This is not any specific episode number because we don't really know the order in which we are releasing these, but
It's probably two, though,
probably two.
as long as things go to plan.
I've got my cup of coffee and my Navy SEAL cup. It's
I've got my
fantastic.
Cumberland Farm slushie that I just finished before we started this.
So this is currently being recorded on February 5th, 2018, and if you didn't know, Super Bowl was yesterday.
It was?
Yes, it was.
Oh, it was?
It was.
You know what I was wondering?
What?
And I think I heard about this on the news this morning, is that, remember, Will and I were together for the Super Bowl? Will, do you remember that one moment where the screens just went black?
Yeah.
And we thought his cable had cut out?
Yeah, what we thought was the cable had cut out. So, because we went upstairs and it was also black.
Yeah.
So it was really weird. I mean, it came back on.
We thought it was out. Apparently that was everywhere.
Yeah, well, we just read on that it happened everywhere. But apparently no commercials were missed, nothing was missed. So
It was just like a technical malfunction.
I didn't think that was ever gonna happen. With
The best part is there wasn't a commercial. Then they went back and they opened it as if like a commercial break had just ended.
Probably because they were probably gonna put commercials there. Because I mean,
I don't think that's
wasn't
it.
gonna
I think what happened is, actually I don't know.
I think it was gonna be a commercial break, and then that happened. They were like, well,
Did they just
Cut it.
Were they just acting quick? You
yeah,
think?
I think they probably just brought it back.
Yeah.
But yep, Patriots lost the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It was a sad time for New England.
People were freaking out in New England about that. Oh my god.
Me specifically, I don't follow football that much, but I don't like losing.
You sat there. What happened when we found out that they had lost? Will proceeded to separate himself from the group, sit on the couch, sit there and stare at the TV in silence with a frown on his face for 6 minutes, got up and without saying another word, left the party.
Yeah, I don't know. Just,
You didn't say, thank you for inviting me.
no, I said thank you to
You
Sean
did?
for
Okay.
as you shook my hand, I was like, yeah, you're a great host, Because Sean's a great host, but
He is a great host. He's a great
yeah,
guy.
no, he is, he really is. But I don't know, just something about when you're it's your team, and then it just doesn't feel good losing, especially to the Eagles.
That's the thing. That's the thing, though. If you think about it, Isaac Asimov was talking about that whole thing, what is art? When he it might have been Asimov, it might have been someone else, but if you take a robot and you replace its arm, and you replace its other arm, you replace its legs, and you replace all the parts of its body, and it has artificial intelligence, is it still the same robot? That's the same thing with all these NFL teams. I mean, think about it. You replace all the players of these, all that really stays the same is the logo.
Well, yeah, true, but the coaching staff as well. I mean,
Yeah, but that will change
it all.
eventually,
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
I mean, 20 years from now, it's going to be a completely different team.
And that's
Brady's going to be gone.
I know,
Everyone's going to be
I mean,
gone.
Patriots were not very good 20 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really the Tom Brady dynasty that's kind of brought it back, plus the coaching staff.
But that's not even my point. My point is that when you follow football, you're not following the team. You're just following the logo.
Well, yeah, it essentially, but
So to get so upset
it's more the
over
name,
a logo.
But it's the name, and I mean there are people who cried over this.
I mean,
and
I was
think-
upset too. I would have been. Honestly, I would have felt good for the other team a little bit more than I did if it hadn't been Philadelphia.
it's not like I'm rooting for the players on the team. Although Tom Brady is a go, what I'm saying, But but I don't know, just because growing up in that environment, it is the team name, and if I moved, let's say to another part of the country where let's say I was. Let's say I moved to Philadelphia. I'm not gonna
connect you back to your roots.
I'm not gonna
Is that what you're saying?
I'm not gonna still root for the Eagles. I'm still gonna always be a Patriots fan regardless. And I know the team's gonna change, but that's inevitable for a lot of things. Just when they remake movies, it's kind of a bad example. But they remake movies, people don't like them.
Yeah, exactly. But people can go and hate those movies. I feel like with football, you're not allowed to do that.
No, well,
it's a hometown heroes
people
thing.
No, but I mean, people a lot of times will trash talk a team when there's a trade, or when Jimmy Garoppolo was gone, everyone was freaking out over that. When
Yeah,
it's,
that's true.
it's just
That's
freaking, it's just Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, sure, Jimmy Garoppolo was good to have on the team, but the fact that people are complaining because he's attractive, I mean, he's not going to be any worse. So that kind of goes back to what you're saying about the whole logo thing. Is people were sad not because he was that he's joining the team, but they were leaving the Patriots. So people are just because he's what is he on the 49ers now? Yeah.
Yeah.
But like people weren't upset that the Patriots were going to do worse. They were upset that he left the Patriots themselves.
But here's the thing:
the
why do people feel so much connected? It's a bunch of millionaires playing a game that like was originally meant for children, like, and we get so upset about it. Like, I get it. It's just I won't let that get to me. I can't let that get under my skin.
It's human nature to want to win. So
but then, it's not you winning.
But you build. It's you have the right.
No, trust me. I get what you're saying. It's just
Yeah.
I still disagree with it.
As a New Englander, you have the right to trash talk anyone around the country, and the rest of the country hates us because the Patriots are always winning.
I was trying to get to it earlier, but let's talk about Philadelphia. That is a city that did not know how to respond to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so on the news they showed officers lubricating, what were they, lampposts?
Yeah, they were putting like jelly on it,
because people were climbing them,
and they still climbed them.
No, yeah. So when I saw that, I was immediately
like that's not going to stop.
I'm like, that's not going to stop them. 2, it's dark out, so they're not even going to be able to tell as they attempted. 3, they're most likely drunk. So
it's Philadelphia.
Yes. Yeah. So they're going to be climbing these things. And if they don't want people to climb them because maybe they're going to get hurt. Maybe they just don't want them to damage the lampposts. But if they're doing it to prevent people from getting hurt, I feel like people are just going to get more hurt because they're going to attempt to and then slip off of it.
Yeah, but like the idea is that hopefully they're slippery enough that people won't even try it. But that's not going to happen because it's Philly. So,
well, yeah, exactly. And, I mean, they could also be doing it because if people keep getting hurt, then people aren't going to do it again.
We're purposefully trying to avoid talking about what happened during the game because we're not sure we agree with all of the referees' calls, but we don't want to start that controversy right now. So we're just trying to talk about all the other aspects of Super Bowl.
It's more post-game stuff. I mean, there was the whole thing about Gronk claiming he's unsure about continuing staying with the Patriots.
Is that just one source, or is that like multiple sources?
No, there was a lot of I mean, Gronk himself had said it. Like, there was interviewing after the game, like literally right after. There was an interview with Brady.
I just think that's not classy. That's not a classy response.
Well,
I mean, I know that he's hurt, and I know that might play into it, but the way he said it,
it's a common reaction though. Like
sportsmanship.
There were times when Brady was like, "I'm not playing anymore." Bill Belichick was like, "I'm not going to coach next year." But they always change. And plus, again, I was going to go into that interview. There's an interview like 15 minutes after the game where the interview was like, "To Brady, what do you think about Gronk claiming he might not be on the team next year?" And his response is, "The game ended 15 minutes ago." like that's it.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Because they're in the moment right now. They're upset
That's
about the
true.
game.
Maybe they shouldn't be like talking to them right after.
Yeah, like of course, right after the game, you lose the Super Bowl. You're gonna be like upset and be like, "I quit."
I remember when the Panthers lost. Was that last year? That was last year.
The Panthers lost what?
The Super Bowl.
No.
Cam Newton.
The Falcons.
Wait, what game was it that Cam Newton was crying after the game? Was that the AFC Championship? You don't know what I'm talking about?
No, I mean...
You know what I'm talking about, right? I remember seeing after a major game, Cam Newton was crying.
Well, yeah, players cry after losing major games.
I just think... I think it's... If you think of this as a profession, it's his profession. Yeah. Man or woman, you don't cry when something doesn't go right at your profession. Or at least you don't do it in public.
Mm-hmm.
You wait until you go in the locker room, then you bawl your eyes out, you use 20 tissue boxes, but you don't do it while you're still on the field. Maybe I'm being insensitive. I could just be being insensitive, but I just think like if you see it from a because it is, they're being paid way too much money to not be considered professionals.
I mean, you're saying they're getting paid too much money?
No. I'm not saying. Well, that's a whole different bag of worms, but can of worms.
Yeah, can of worms.
But my point is that when you're paid that much money, you have to act like a professional. Wasn't Cam Newton also the guy who made fun of the woman reporter?
What?
That was this season, right? Cam Newton made fun of the woman reporter.
I didn't hear about that.
I'm sure that one happened. Yeah, he's just not a very classy guy.
Like, there's a lot of things, when like I'm looking here because that like insane. I mean, NFL altogether is kind of controversial. A lot of people say it's scripted.
I mean, you got to think though. It is in the end. It's not just a game. It's a company. You know what I mean?
Well,
it's a giant corporation designed to make you think it's 32 different corporations. Is it 32 teams? 32 teams, right?
Yeah,
it is.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I'm looking here because like the Vikings versus I was looking forward to a Saints Patriots Super Bowl.
I was looking forward for that
because
too. I think that would have been a great game.
If I wasn't a Patriots fan, I would be a Saints fan.
I kind of am a Saints fan.
Oh, we got
there's an advertisement.
There's an advertisement because I'm just looking at this right now.
Yeah.
But because it was the game against the Saints, you know, Vikings versus Saints, where literally like last second, what's his name? I'm trying to find his name.
Drew Brees?
Was it? Drew? No, well, Drew Brees.
I don't know what you're talking
that's
about.
That's the
right
quarterback. You know where? Let's see here. I'm trying to. Well, basically the Saints defense. I can't remember his name right now.
Yeah, you don't need the name.
But he went for the tackle.
Okay.
But what made it super controversial about that, because Saints were up. It was 21-24. Saints were up, and it was literally the game ended in like 10 seconds, and the Vikings were going last play. So Drew Brees, you know, throws the ball, gets it to I believe Stefan. I'm reading it. I don't know the names of the players.
It's fine.
But he gets the ball, and then the Saints defense, you know, when he goes for the tackle, but he doesn't go for, you know, a usual tackle. He literally goes and then jukes out of the way of the Vikings player. And that's what was super controversial, because when he juked out of the way, he literally crashed into his own teammate, knocked them both down, and then, you know, Vikings get a last second. Yeah. It was literally all over the place. And it was really, if you watch the clip, it looks like he goes for the tackle, last second decides, I'm not going to tackle him, jukes out of the way, and like jumps onto his own teammate. And that's what a lot of people are like, it's rigged. Like, it's and then, I mean, after the interviews, you know, again, we're going back to the whole, you know, people are like upset or crying thing.
Yeah.
But like he literally threw the game.
Yeah. For
the Saints. They were set to go to the Super Bowl.
I gotta say, Eagles made a really, really good play. They did when they forced that fumble in the fourth quarter. That was like, no matter how you look at it, there's no possible way you could call that. That was a great play.
I mean, I don't know.
They were not ready for that.
I don't know if I want to blame that on Brady or not, because I mean,
that was a hard situation. It was such an aimed and random maneuver. Brady could not have avoided.
But he wasn't even like, he was about to throw the ball when that happened. It wasn't like he was in the process of throwing, because I mean, after it got knocked out, he didn't even realize it was knocked out when he had the throwing.
Yeah, because his arm was coming out of nowhere and he was moving so wildly. Like, even if it was me, if I had saw that coming, I would have assumed they were gonna miss, because he was like midair. He got hit midair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I would have assumed that would have never got to me.
There's a lot of people, you know, blame the Patriots defense, and I mean, I do agree. The defense on the Patriots was lackluster this year, although they did get better. The beginning, absolute trash. Probably
lackluster.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Well, okay. But, really, because every single time, you know, the Eagles had the ball, they just literally just drove it down for a touchdown or field goals. And we can talk about the whole Gostkowski missing literally.
That was sad.
two field goals in one game, because literally he's honestly one of the worst postseason kickers.
He's like an amazing regular season kicker
regular season 100%.
I think he just kind of chokes. I think he chokes
for some reason, and this happens like every year. I think it happened.
It does happen every year.
Every year,
we were saying that the other night.
Yeah, every year he misses. You know, key. We lost the game one time because he missed a field goal.
Yeah.
So
that was an AFC championship, I think. Was that the Super? No, it wasn't.
No,
the Super
it wasn't
Bowl.
the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
it was probably
very
the
late
AFC,
stage,
but it was a very important game that we lost because of that. What?
Well, I was just gonna say, maybe we should move away from what happened during the game.
Okay.
Let's talk about those commercials.
The commercials, okay. So
what do you think?
One thing, why were there so many Tide Pod commercials?
Because they're not Tide Pod commercials. That's the whole thing.
Sorry.
They were regular Tide commercials to get your mind off of Tide Pods.
Because I was waiting for a commercial where literally just someone ate a Tide Pod.
No, they wouldn't want to do that. I think the whole reason they had so many commercials is to try to get their press away from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Peter Dinklage is a rapper now, apparently.
You're right.
Morgan Freeman is
Morgan
also.
Freeman has a really high pitched
I'm not sure if that was Missy Elliott.
That was the Mountain Dew commercial. Going.
I was not paying close enough attention.
There was the Bud Knight commercial, which was good.
Dilly.
And then there was the Eminem commercial, one of my favorites.
That was one of the best ones, I think. Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
I feel like Danny DeVito, if he was just to stand there and not move for an hour, I would laugh for the entire hour.
I don't know. It's just something about it, like
I'm a human now.
that was such a funny commercial. I'm trying to remember. There weren't really any, you know, like
there weren't any like standout winners that I can think of. But then again, we weren't paying too close attention.
There weren't any like heartwarming commercials, in my opinion.
Yes, there was. There was one, but I can't remember what it was. Was it the pig one?
Well, no, but the pig one was a commercial that was not a Super Bowl commercial. It was played during the Super Bowl, but that's a commercial that's been playing for a while now.
You mean it's a commercial specifically tailored for the Super Bowl?
Yeah, like a lot of companies will make commercials for the Super Bowl, and like that pig, I love that pig commercial because I love I love. It's alright. I'm not sure, but like.
We got some background sound.
Yeah, I'm not
I don't
sure
know if the mic's
I'm not
picking
sure if
that
that's
up,
gonna
but
be
don't worry
picked
about
up.
that.
Yeah, there's just stuff going on, but it's alright. But I'm not sure because I love heartwarming commercials. You know, just like every once in a while.
Yeah, your favorite commercial is that one with the girl who draws little pictures on the gum.
The guy draws.
Oh, the guy draws.
The guy
the
draws them on the. What is that? The researcher just showed you.
Our researcher has pulled up some of the major Super Bowl commercials. So there's the one I don't recognize that one. There's Alexa losing her voice, but that wasn't a Super Bowl commercial either. That was playing before the Super Bowl, I think, as well.
Was it?
Yeah. And then like Gordon Ramsay is like yelling at a guy telling him how to cook through Alexa.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. That commercial confused me.
Why'd that confuse you?
I just was like, what's
It was a very simple
I was
premise.
like, but I'm just like, why? It's just. I thought it was a bad commercial in my opinion.
We missed all of the Justin Timberlake show because we were playing HQ at the time, so we won't even discuss that.
Well, I was trying to listen to it, but people wouldn't shut up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I mean, so if you want, we could talk about that because you're not a fan of Justin Timberlake, right?
I never said I'm not a fan of Justin Timberlake.
You're just
I just don't get. I don't get. I mean, I know he has this new album coming out, but like suddenly he's everywhere again when he's been gone for I feel like a long time.
Well, I feel like the reason he was gone is because he just didn't produce new music, and this is kind of his like.
And now he's suddenly just everywhere.
Because people like it when,
people make comebacks out of nothing. Yeah, Adele did the same thing.
It's a nostalgic type of feeling, when I remember when I was younger, if I go back and listen to Justin Timberlake's old music, it's a fucking bop, dude. And like now just listening to his new music, one, you get the feeling of being, let's say, a kid again. And then two, you're like, damn, these songs are good. It doesn't matter the artist.
I didn't listen to JT too much as a kid.
I thought it was strange. I thought it was more
yelling.
strange. I thought it was more strange that he was at the Super Bowl because I was because
that's something that has to be planned long in advance.
I was
feel like, right?
no, well actually no.
I
was hyped for the album and I liked Filthy when as a single and I liked the music. But when I read that he was gonna be singing at the Super Bowl, I just think the only reason he was singing at the Super Bowl is because of his new album. I read about it.
I feel like I agree with that. I feel like there were other people who I feel like
they're like
and the amount they've done musically recently deserves more to be in the Super Bowl.
There's more influential artists, but because he was popular back in the day,
I agree with that.
Just because he makes a new album I don't think that gives him the right. I mean, obviously he was asked to do it, but I don't think he could have been. I think there are better choices in terms of people who are big right now. I mean, I do think it's nice to have a man because not against that, but I'm just saying last year we had Lady Gaga.
Yeah, no,
this
I see what
year
you're saying.
A man, and then we could do a woman next year.
No, 2 years ago was Coldplay, right? Too.
Yeah, no, was it not Bruno Mars? Bruno Mars did it relatively recently.
When was Coldplay?
God dang.
Was Coldplay last year?
I'm getting a call right now. I'm just gonna have to decline this right now.
Coldplay? No, I think Coldplay was last year. I swear to God, Coldplay was last year. Maybe I'm getting mixed up.
I mean,
They're all blurring in my head now. Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to just go over some of the other commercials just in case. There was the one where Tom Brady was wearing headphone Beats, apparently. I don't remember that one. There's the one where Steven Tyler is driving a Kia. That was not... There was the one where the Ram commercial where there was all the Vikings.
Yeah, Coldplay was 2016, I guess, huh? Yeah, that was... he was not... he was 2 years ago, yeah, when you were
It was 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When was Bruno Mars? Bruno Mars had to have been...
Katy Perry was when we were freshmen. It was 3 years ago.
Yeah, because she had Left Shark.
There was a Left Shark thing, yeah. Okay. Oh, you know how we didn't understand the commercial with the Vikings, in the Ram truck?
Yeah.
It was making fun of how they didn't make it.
Really?
That's apparently it was the biggest roast commercial, and we didn't catch it. We didn't get what it was about.
Really?
I think it was making fun of the Vikings.
I did. You think that or
That's what I heard from Nate today. Yeah.
Super Bowl 48 was Bruno Mars.
Oh, you know what are the greatest commercials right now, in my opinion? The TurboTax commercials. Have you seen any of those?
You'd have to remind me what it is.
There's it's it shows a monster, and it's a monster looks scary, and then it's I need to do my taxes with TurboTax. Nothing to be afraid of at all. And then there's one with a ghost. There's one with a shadow that's like a door opens, and it's a shadow, and then the shadow has eyes, and it walks out from the door frame.
I don't think I've seen this commercial.
My favorite one is it starts with a girl hiding in a closet, and she's peering through the closet, and she's terrified. She's ha 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 ha, and then her phone goes off, I think, And then she's like, no, 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 no. And you see a shadow coming closer to the closet.
But it's like,
and suddenly the closet gets whipped open, and it's a tiny teddy bear. And for the next 20 seconds of the commercial, the teddy bear is just awkwardly dancing and just going, ha, ha, ha,
I think I actually have seen this commercial.
It's the longest commercial, like the full-length commercial. The teddy bear is just dancing, like in almost complete silence, while the girl's just staring at it for like a good 20 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I don't watch TV that much, so commercials I don't really get. I'm looking at the Billboard Hot 100 right now, just because I'm kind of curious as to what that is. I want to see where Justin Timberlake actually lies on here right now.
It's National Shower with Your Friend Day.
It is, by the way, National Shower with a Friend Day. I did not shower with a friend. Maybe we'll shower after this.
It's still the night is young.
That's what I'm saying. I still have a chance. So okay, so God's Plan by Drake, which, I mean, a lot of people like that song.
I don't like Drake. I'm not a big Drake guy.
I do like Drake, but this song hasn't done it for me yet, in my opinion.
Havana's still number 3.
Havana's a good song. I know you say it's overplayed, and it kind of is, but like I still really like it.
I just thought it wouldn't be number 3 at this point.
What I don't like is Dua Lipa's New Rules, and I don't
think I've heard that one.
A lot of people, you definitely have.
Sing a little bit for a.
I don't actually know the lyrics because I don't like the song. But it's
Bad at Love, that is a song that I cannot decide whether or not I really like or I really dislike. I can't decide.
I don't even know how that goes.
I'm bad at love.
Oh, yeah, that's a good song.
I don't know. I just can't decide. Got a message from Najat.
You know, like, yeah, so New Year's is like, you know you're going to wake up in his bed in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's New Rules.
Oh, that's that?
Yeah.
I thought that was that Camilla girl.
No, that's Dua Lipa. She's very similar. But no, Camila Cabello, that's Havana, and they're different.
Oh wow, I got that mixed up. Okay.
I liked NF's "Let You Down." It's a good song, but I don't even see what's his name, Justin Timberlake, on here so far. Is he even on here? Yeah, he's number 33 for Filthy.
You know how
Sorry Not Sorry, and that song's been there.
That song's been around now.
That song, so like Justin Timberlake.
Here's the thing, though. This is what I hate about our culture. Our culture is such a throwaway culture.
Well, yeah, I was talking about this with my music teacher, and you know, he says like, the reason why jazz is such a powerful art form is because it survived hundreds of years.
Yes, exactly.
But
it stands the test of the time.
Yeah,
Beatles,
nowadays, like when you're like those big artists, their music stays, you know.
Okay, here's my question for you then. 20 years from now, which artist will we remember from this time?
From this time right now, like
genuinely, if I off the top of my head, Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars, definitely, because Bruno Mars, like,
I feel like Bruno Mars has been prolific enough and talented enough for long enough that he will be memorable.
Definitely Bruno Mars.
Will he last 50 years though? I don't think people will remember him 50 years.
I think Ed Sheeran is gonna be a name.
Maybe.
He's so big, like.
But he hasn't been around as long as Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars has been around forever.
I know. Well, Ed Sheeran just hasn't had the chance. But I definitely think...
Well, we'll figure...
I definitely
Maroon 5?
Maroon 5... Well, Maroon 5's already been around for so long.
That's true.
In fact, it's actually surprising because I'm surprised they haven't broken up.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift... So, Taylor Swift... I don't think so.
You don't think Taylor Swift?
Because Taylor Swift is huge. Yes, she's absolutely huge.
Taylor Swift has been huge since we were in middle school.
I know.
I think you can only be popular enough for so long before you are in the books.
20, so like if she's already been that popular since we were in middle school, so like that, what is that, like 8 years ago? Like how let's say 5th grade, 8 years ago.
Sure.
That's when she was in like more of a country singer, I think, back then. And then she's changed, and I mean,
yeah, maybe not. Actually, no, I'm starting to see your point on that.
It's good, like she's changed, but I don't. But
the music isn't of the same caliber now. It's just generic.
And a lot of exactly. Her music now, she's changed, and I mean, a lot of people don't like the way
she lost. She was the like millennials country music singer.
She lost that charm.
She had a niche.
Like when she started like shifting over like with songs like Bad Blood and Shake It Off, that kind of stuff.
Shake It Off was the first one, I think.
Yeah, I liked that music a lot. Wildest Dreams, those were good songs. They were more unique.
Now she's changing so much that
they're more unique. But this new album, her newest album, I think
old Taylor will stick around. Is my
yeah, I mean, sure.
Because here's the thing: country music fans these days, they still listen to Willie Nelson. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like Taylor Swift as proportionally is as big as Willie Nelson was back then.
What I don't think is gonna last,
or at least country.
I don't think that a lot of EDM, rap, that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, no.
They die.
That's not even gonna last a couple years. That whole
very quick.
genre, I think, is gonna go away.
Because like right now it's big, with Khalid's more like what would you call Khalid? He's not really like that. I mean, like Kendrick, I don't think is gonna last. Kendrick's
Khalid.
Definitely not. Like Kendrick's good, not gonna last that long.
Kendrick will last longer than other people though, because he changed it.
No.
Kanye will last, even
Kanye's been around.
People won't listen to Kanye, but like they'll know who Kanye is.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm surprised Malcolm Moore's fucking like he's just back.
Eminem will stick around because he was like the
I always
first
forget about
largely
Eminem.
prolific white actor.
Like I feel like he comes and goes a lot though.
Doesn't matter. I'm saying like 20 years from now, people will still remember Eminem.
Yeah. Okay. Cardi B, no. Cardi B is gonna be here for maybe like a couple years, at most. I think. I mean, I like Cardi B, but the cat's using the bathroom again. Just chilling over there.
Sometimes I forget that we're just sitting in your basement. Sometimes
Sitting in my basement.
it's like not even like we're in like a room. We're in your basement. There's no ceiling.
Honestly,
to this room.
we could do the podcast in like another
why haven't we
dead
thought,
room.
Look up. It's just nothing but yellow cotton candy covering the ceiling.
Yeah, I don't know.
What are you not good at? Like what
am I not good at?
What do you think are your greatest weaknesses?
Like in terms of my like
maybe like intelligence wise, because like there are some people who just don't know anything when it comes to certain things.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know things that like I should know. Cause like
you want to talk about things, not knowing things you should know.
Well, don't mention the whole like what was it like the TSA?
Oh, I forgot about that one. That was so funny. Will didn't know what the TSA was.
I don't travel, so like why?
You still should. I don't rob banks. I still know what the FBI is.
Everyone knows what the FBI is.
Everyone knows what the TSA is.
I promise you, I bet I can find somebody. I don't remember, but someone else didn't know what the
Unless
TSA
it's
was.
Billy Joel in like southern Kansas, no one's gonna know. No one's gonna not know what the TSA is.
I disagree. I mean, I'm just saying. I think the TSA,
especially considering we live in such a close to an urban area.
I'm sorry, I don't know what the TSA is. Okay, I'm just saying, but like
you should be.
Oh, I know it now.
But I have to admit, I can't really criticize you from like considering how many like basic understanding points that I have missed over the past 4 years.
I think that
let's
like,
go over those.
No, but I don't even remember. Like I'm just saying like
I can name a few. Nate made a list.
Like in terms of like my lack, I think I have street smarts, but I lack the like certain like just like knowledge points that I should know, like facts that I should know. For instance, the TSA, I did not know.
Like normal trivia, trivia that most
trivia
people know.
That like if like when I say like I'm bad at trivia, it's because like they're just like I know some like really random stuff, but
you don't know the stuff that you might need to know.
Like let's say like the 10-point questions, I might not know a 10-point question for some reason, but I'll know like a 35-point question.
Alex, can I take nonsense for 30, please?
Cheeto.
I don't know. We can't talk about that yet because the episode hasn't aired.
Well, we can talk about it.
It won't air until March.
So we just don't.
No, because I want to post this soon.
Okay.
Well, we have some stories to tell you guys about. We were on the Will wasn't, but Josh, Nate, and I. Yeah, Will was an alternate.
I was an alternate, but I think I should have been.
Josh, Nate, and I were recently on the high school quiz show.
I could have been the
WGBH.
cheetah. I could have been the cheetah.
You could have been the cheetah.
I could have been the cheetah. I would have gotten the cheetah right.
And we can't talk anymore about that because technically we're legally obligated to keep our mouths shut for now until the episode airs. But we have some stories we want to tell you guys when that time comes. Cheeto. Oh, Darwin.
We're talking about some really. Bio class is such a dumb class. I'm just saying, like.
Wait, well, hold on. I want to go over my list.
Okay.
So, most people see me at, like, it annoys me. Like, this is going to sound so cocky when I say this, and I don't mean it to sound as braggy as it sounds. I really don't. But, like, people think I'm way smarter than I am. Because, like, I get the grades, but that's the thing. School doesn't teach intelligence. School teaches the memorization tactics.
Well, that's why
I happen to be really good at those.
Like, the thing is, like, Mr. Murray, or one of our teachers.
Yeah, we'll have to bleep that out again.
It doesn't matter.
No, we don't have to bleep that
It's just
out.
Mr.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, no,
Mr.
it's
Murray.
fine.
I didn't say his first, but anyway. Like, because, like, my sociology class is... it's not the smartest class in the world.
Yeah, neither was mine.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, because I mean, it's easy. I'm gonna get.
It's a
like,
class you take when you're a senior,
Yeah,
and
it's a
you're
class you
and you don't
take
need any more credits
to
to graduate.
no, I'm only reason I'm taking this because I need a half a credit. So, but he was saying like he was like, do you think that the top 10 in our class are gonna be the most successful people after we all graduate? And he says no, he does not think that. Like, no offense to you or anything like that, but statistically speaking, I mean, I think that you have an advantage over some of them just because the point I'm getting
I think there's
to.
being something to be said about the amount of work that the top 10 puts in, though. That shows a lot of drive.
But that's not the point he's making, because he was saying,
I get what you're saying, though. Intelligence doesn't necessarily directly correlate with success.
He was saying, but I think that you have this factor in you anyway. But he was saying it's more about the way that you present yourself and the way that you are able to talk to people, because a lot of the 10% are like really shy, like nerdy people.
No, he had the same conversation.
Yeah, nerdy people who don't. Like that's why like a lot of colleges,
very introverted.
A lot of colleges don't even accept them is because in an
workaholics too. They're workaholics, and they don't have any. They don't have social lives. They don't take time to work on their social health.
Yeah, exactly. So you can be the smartest person in the world, but if you can't interact with other people.
Yeah, if I'm presenting in front of like a board of some
and
major
you're
company
like shy, all awkward, then you're not going to get anywhere. You have to be able
not
to
even that. If I can't put things, if I can't empathize with them, if I can't basically put my thing into why should they like that, you know what I mean? If I can't get that whole
exactly, you need to show
society, man.
You need to show
it's society,
you need
man.
to show the passion.
Yeah.
In what you're presenting.
I think it's both of those things.
So like for you,
we're saying two different things.
Yeah, but I'm saying like just as like so like I'm not gonna like say any names, but there is definitely people in the top 10 of our class.
Yeah, no, let's stay away from that though.
Who are very confident in their intellectual abilities, but I don't
lack
think
the ability to empathize.
Lack the ability to empathize. Lack the ability to to really persuade and get people to agree with them. I mean, a lot of people now in our school will agree with them. Oh, you're so smart. I'll agree with what you're saying. Yeah. But in the real world, that's not going to cut.
But that's not even. Yeah, but that's my thing. I mean, maybe it's related, but I haven't really thought about it that much. Like the whole thing, I misunderstand some really basic things, because like when you move at a speed where you're trying to absorb as much as you can as quick as you can, you miss some of the details, and sometimes the proof is in the pudding. Mm-hmm. Like. For the longest time, I thought that spring water was only sold in the spring.
Okay, that is the dumbest thing I've ever. Like, I did hear about this, but like that's so dumb.
I only figured out why cornrows were called cornrows last year, like the hairstyle.
Yeah, that's not as bad. Like,
but I'm embarrassed because I feel like I should have caught that.
Well, or at least should have figured it out. Like,
if something that goes in that same bag is what was it? T-shirts.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
T-shirts, yeah.
This was another thing. I'm like, how did you not even know that?
But some people don't. You'd be surprised at how many people don't know that.
Yeah, I know.
Nate was bugging me about that, and I went around asking people like, did you realize that a T-shirt is called a T-shirt because it's in the shape of a T? And a lot of people are like, oh wow. You know what I mean? A lot of people didn't know it. More people don't know it than you realize.
I feel like either they're being sarcastic about that.
No, they were not.
Like, then you must know a lot of dumb people, because I just feel like that is one of the most obvious things.
When you are so used to a concept, you don't think about it anymore. You know what I mean?
No.
You don't know what I mean?
No.
If you're so used to something, you don't question it anymore.
But why?
Like for instance, why is the alphabet in the order that it's in?
I don't know, because someone just made it up that way.
It's completely arbitrary. But the point is, no one even questions that.
Because there's no reason to. But no one's questioning why a T-shirt's called a T-shirt.
That's my point, though. Why? That's my point. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. You're agreeing with me.
No, but when I knew this when I was like fucking 2 years old. Okay. Like when the first time I look at a T-shirt, I'm like.
We're not even a quarter through the list. I thought the Maroon 5 called Sugar. I had never seen the title of the song because my car.
What do you think? You thought
when my car plays songs on the radio, it doesn't display the title of the song because it's like an older car.
Yeah.
And I have like one of those like devices that connects my phone to the radio and tricks it into thinking it's a radio station. You actually showed me that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one of those. And I thought for like a good 2 months that the song Sugar by Maroon 5 was called Shotgun. Because it sounds like he's a shotgun.
But the thing is that
yes, please.
Like so far you've told me the spring water thing absolutely absurd. Then what was the second one you said?
Cornrows.
Cornrows, not that bad. T-shirt, absurd. Then the song thing, that's a common thing that people do. Misconceptions.
I'm gonna call Nate right now. Because I want to pull up the entire list. Oh, but in the meantime, while I'm doing that. Did you hear about we were talking about games in the last episode?
Yeah.
I read something. Monopoly is coming out with a cheaters edition.
Yeah. So, one, I actually kind of want to get that game.
I kind of am interested in.
But two, I don't understand what do people cheat in that game?
If you avoid getting caught cheating, I think you're rewarded for it in the game's rules.
But I don't understand.
I need a favor, Nate.
I play Monopoly and I never cheat. So what are people doing to cheat? Like they're stealing money or what? How does it work?
We're recording the show right now, so say hi to the mic.
Oh, hi.
I need you to do something. We're talking about some common misconceptions that people have. So you still have that list?
Yeah, I do.
Can you pull it up? I can remember a few, but I can't remember all of them. Because I got cornrows, I got t-shirts, I got spring water, and what was the fourth one? Oh, shotgun.
Shotgun. But I think, again, that's... people make mistakes for songs all the time. I really did one.
Yeah, but I feel like it's the title of the song.
No,
You know?
here's one. Here's a good one. Here's a good one. Poli-sci.
Oh, that is a good
say?
one. I thought for the longest time that poli-sci meant multiple sciences.
Oh, okay.
Because, poly...
Yeah.
Yeah. I never seen it written out as P-O-L-I, so I assumed it was P-O-L-Y.
But I mean, again, that's not terrible.
Nate thinks it's terrible.
You didn't know what the Massachusetts state flag was?
I don't agree with you on that one. Move on.
Also, you didn't know what Tylenol did? You thought it was a blunt.
I don't have aches and pains that often. I've only had under 10 headaches in my entire life.
But wasn't there that thing last year? You kept trying to take Tylenol for
I thought that I was having this ongoing headache for a week and I didn't know what it was. So I decided to take a thing of Tylenol. I crushed it in this giant glass of lemonade and down the whole thing. I thought wait, Tylenol's a blood thinner, right? Nate?
Forceometer.
No. We're still on Tylenol.
Was it?
Oh.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Is Tylenol a blood thinner?
No.
No, you thought it was a blood thinner.
Yeah, so I thought Tylenol was a blood thinner because I thought it would thin the blood in my head and that would relieve relieve the stress on my brain.
But no.
Wait, what'd you say, Nate?
Forceometer.
Yeah, the
forceometer.
No, but there's also the one with the meter stick. How long is a
the meter stick? That one was funny. So I was taking that happened within the same week. I asked, what is the device that you use to measure gravitational force, otherwise known as weight? And I'm like, what is it? Like a forceometer? It's a scale. It's a scale. The other one was a lot worse. The other one is I was taking a test on angular momentum for physics, and it's like if you have this meter stick that's rotating at this speed, what is the angular momentum you have to apply to keep it accelerating at this acceleration value? I'm like, we can't solve this if you don't know how long it is. You don't know how long the rotating item is. Miss Metronic's like, no, it's a meter stick.
Wait, how long is it? High top, low top.
What do you mean by that?
Oh no, I admit that's probably not my best.
Well,
it took me a long time to figure out what high tops and low tops referred to, with shoes.
Oh,
I didn't get that. What it meant is that
no, I know
the ankle part goes higher.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't play basketball, so it's
I feel like I don't have a reason to know it.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
You're not really a shoe person at all.
I'm not really a shoe person. That's true.
Were you the one who said you got a pair of shoes out of a dumpster once?
I almost took them. But I
thought you did.
They were a little too small. I was gonna take them.
It's a free pair of shoes.
I saw they were in perfectly good condition. That they were right on the top. They were face up, so there was nothing inside them. And it was what?
I have two more.
Okay, sure. Oh wait, hold on, Will. First, tell your story about your shoes that you're currently wearing.
Okay, so my brother bought these pair of Ultra Boost. What I don't remember. They're metallic, silver metallic.
They are the goofiest things I've ever seen on someone's feet.
What do you mean goofy?
They're uncaged Ultra Boost.
Of course you know that off the top of your head.
I think they look really good.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, so basically, my brother bought a pair at retail price, correct? Retail, below retail. So we got them for less than retail. So I used to wear them every once in a while.
How much is the gain up on this mic? Can we hear Nate?
Yeah, no.
Is the gain up enough?
Yes, it's definitely enough.
Okay.
So In fact, I'm probably gonna end up lowering the audio.
Stop at 40 minutes so that we can do that, and then we'll come back.
Why?
What?
Why?
HQ. Yeah, no, I want to do it.
No, you're not. Just play
It's
HQ.
fine, we
you
can just
play
stop
H-
it, and
you
then
can
we'll do
play
a 20
HQ on the podcast.
Okay, I'm gonna do HQ on the podcast.
Yeah, so he bought the pair of shoes, and then, what was it, like a week later or something like that? Or like a long time after? He got a notification that his shoes were coming in. Like, he ordered a pair of shoes, they were going to arrive soon. He didn't order a pair of shoes. Next thing you know, the box comes in, and it's the same exact pair of shoes that he already had. The same size, but the thing is that...
That's so funny.
He didn't buy... They weren't retail this time. They were resale, because they weren't... it was a while after he bought them, so they were done. And he bought them for like almost like a little bit less than $350, I think. Right? Which is not what they were worth, I'll tell you. So our parents were pissed because they used the credit card, I assume, that was still on the app that he bought them for. And then when we tried to resell them, of course no one's gonna buy them because the guy who was selling these shoes sold them for way too much money than they were worth. And basically, we couldn't sell them back. So I just wear them now.
Nate, you still there?
Yeah.
In a minute, I'm gonna have you list what those last two were, and then we're gonna move on because we've spent a lot of time talking about this. Go ahead and say what the last two were.
Goat. You didn't know what goat.
Oh yeah,
stood
goat.
for?
Yeah, I didn't know what GOAT stood for, and I live in. I can't say where I live, but I live in.
It took you a long time.
I live in New England. Wait, what was the second thing?
I mean, I didn't know exactly what it was. He was just saying it took you. It's not that.
I thought
bad.
he listed the other thing too.
No, he was just saying it wasn't bad, but it took you a long time.
Yeah, that's not the worst of them.
I found out what it meant like this season, even though people have been calling Tom Brady a goat.
I knew about it before this season. No, it was that was last year.
I think it was last year.
Alright.
But
Yeah, that
The
definitely.
other one was, instead of IED, you said IUD.
Oh yeah,
got 30 seconds.
that's a funny mistake. That's a cute mistake. That's a mistake a little kid makes, like when they say Paschetti.
Remote. Wait, what was remote? I don't even know what kids say.
Can I have some Paschetti and meatballs? What's the last one, Nate?
That was the last one.
That's it. Those were the last
Oh
two.
wow, I just had a mini stroke, I guess. Okay, Nate, I'm gonna hang up now. I gotta play HQ.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, so apparently we're playing HQ now.
We're gonna do HQ for.
I guess I can play.
This
huh?
was a planned segment.
I forgot I can.
We can
also
talk
play.
as we're doing it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just not gonna make much sense to the audience. We'll try to be coherent.
Where is my HQ app?
I like this girl now. I like the girl host. I really do. I think she takes way less time between the questions.
I think you're absurd. Wait, is this a different
She's-
girl host?
No,
No, this is.
this is a.
This
she's
is a different girl. Yeah, this is a different girl.
They had a different girl at the 3 o'clock one too. I had never seen her before.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'm wondering what's going on with that.
I don't know. Maybe there's. I don't know.
Are you sure she's different?
Yes,
She looks.
100%.
She looks
Name's
similar.
different. Name's different. The other girl had bangs.
Oh, I like the first girl though because I liked how she went straight to the answer.
Well, I'll tell you right now, this
was
girl's more
annoying.
attractive. I'll tell you right now. But
She looks exactly the same to
No,
me.
she doesn't.
I genuinely think they look
The
exactly
other girl
the
was
same.
annoying AF, dude. But I guess we're playing HQ. You guys can play along.
You probably have already played this game at this point by the time you're hearing this now. Wow, it's weird to think that they're going to be experiencing what we're experiencing now in the future.
All right.
So that makes us time travelers.
Not really. If anything, they're
That
time
makes
trapped.
this moment in our lives, or at least like if there is artificial intelligence. I'm not even going to bother continuing this point. It doesn't make sense.
There is artificial intelligence.
Yeah, I know. It's just shocking to think we live in a world that finally has AI. The robots are going to take over.
I don't think they're gonna take over. I mean, I do think that they're, if you want to.
Humans are going to die off before
want-
they'll take over. I
If
think.
you want to talk about the whole like job thing, then yeah. For instance, the new Amazon stores. They bought Whole Foods.
Amazon Go.
Amazon Go.
Yeah, that's in Seattle. That was a question for the 3 o'clock game.
Really. A spork is the utensil that combines what two things? I don't even know.
It's a spoon and a
I
fork.
know,
Are you
I'm
kidding me?
joking. I just, God dang. A sponge and a cork. Spam and a pork.
Spam and pork. Oh, beef of Wellington.
Beef of Wellington.
No, it wasn't that. It was beef Wellingham.
Oh yeah.
No, Duke of Wellingham.
Yeah. Wait, is that one you chose?
I should have said Duke of. No. That was during the tryouts for last year's high school quiz show.
Oh.
I said Duke of Wellingham because I was thinking of beef Wellington. And I was thinking of meat.
Here, shut up your volume.
Shut off your volume, researcher.
Okay. So,
We should try to talk about something else while this is going, and just have this be a side thing.
yeah, sure.
What were we talking
I don't
about?
know.
I have no idea what we were talking about
We were
anymore.
talking about. I have no idea because we were talking about the stuff that you were doing.
Before that, though, we were talking about.
I actually have no idea, and we were talking about something else about this. I know
We
we were
were
just
talking about
talking
music standing the test of time. There was something in between that.
Oh, we were just talking about AIs and artificial intelligence. I didn't even go back to that since we were just doing
Norbit.
Norbit. Is that even a word?
What does N stand for on a compass?
Norbit. Is that
Nordic.
Is that actually a thing? Norbit. What is Norbit?
Norbit is something. I just don't know what it is.
Okay, but yeah. So the whole Amazon Go thing, I think, is a really cool concept.
Explain that to me, because I had someone start to explain that to me, but then I just tuned them out.
Yeah. So basically, they bought Whole Foods.
Okay.
And they only have one store in Seattle at the moment because it's testing it out, because obviously they have to make sure the system works, where you get an app on your phone. There is no checkouts. You just go in, pick up the item you want, put it in your bag. You can like literally just shove it in a backpack if you want.
What'd they do?
They doubled it.
Oh, okay.
And
the other two answers don't make sense.
But yeah, so you get the items you want, and
Okay.
then you as you're walking out, you just swipe your phone or whatever again, and then it automatically charges you for what you bought. And
So it's like...
what they do is
Okay, I think I get it.
they have hundreds of cameras, and like if you look at the ceiling, there's basically no ceiling. It's just camera. They have a bunch of cameras, and then
For security reasons?
for probably security reasons, but also to catch, because some of the items they sell have specific QR codes made for that store, so they can pick up. The cameras see the QR code that you've got, and they also, what they do is there's sensors. What popular little golden things? I'm gonna say Fritos.
No. Tostitos.
All right, well.
No, it's Doritos. It's Doritos.
Why is it Doritos?
It's Doritos.
Oh, why? Because
Because
it's like Spanish?
or is gold in Spanish.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I'm out.
Oh, I said Tostitos.
Well, you have an extra life. I don't.
I'm not gonna use it. I don't think.
Well,
Well,
while I get out.
it's.
Yeah.
I feel like it's. Oh, it's definitely Doritos.
Yeah, no, it's definitely Doritos, because people are in the chat is all like, oh, it's Doritos.
Oh, I realized the second I touched Tostitos too. The question was which of these corn chips means little gold things in Spanish?
But Doritos aren't even golden. They're red.
That's why I picked Tostitos.
But Fritos are golden. More golden than Tostitos.
If it's Fritos, I'll leave. I'll leave the podcast.
I'll just be here alone talking about
Dude, just
Amazon.
you'll,
Go.
no, continue talking to me, but just me not being here.
Are they stalling again, or like?
I don't even care. Let's go back to what we were talking
Okay,
about. So
so
were
yeah.
you done with your explanation?
No.
No, it's not even over.
So they have the cameras, right?
Okay.
But not every product has those special. It's mostly like you can buy like sandwiches and stuff there, and
Okay.
that are like in like cases and stuff, and those have the special QR codes.
How do you know the camera's gonna pick it up though?
Well, I'm not done.
Because like, what if I pick it up upside down?
I'm not done.
Okay.
There's also a sensor under every item on the shelves.
Oh, like as a part of the shelf?
Yes.
Like what?
So-
Like a weight thing?
Yeah. So when you pick it up, it detects that someone picked it up.
Why not just have one of those two systems? Why have them both?
It was Doritos.
Oh, it's Doritos.
Damn, a lot of people get on that. But
I use my extra life. I don't even
Really?
care
Okay.
anymore.
So yeah, so they have sensors like that, and what's crazy, and I don't even know how exactly this is like crazy technology, because let's say you want to like try to cheat the system. So let's say I'll pick up this yogurt off, so it senses it.
What? Like you Indiana Jones it?
No, like actually,
What's the first one called? Raiders of the Lost Ark. You just you just switch them at the last second.
No, so what
then
you do-
Short Round betrays you.
Yeah, what you
Speaking
do-
of Short Round, I still think that Peter Dinklage as a rapper, his rapper name would be Little Pete.
really.
I just wanted to share that. With you.
Okay. But yeah, so you pick up the item. But let's say I got the yogurt. Walk in the store.
Go on.
Walk in the store, and then actually I don't want the yogurt anymore. So I put it back. Let's say in like the bread aisle. I put it back in the bread aisle.
Yeah.
It knows you put it back.
That's weird.
It knows you put it
That
back.
bugs me. I don't like that.
And let's say I pick up bread and
That's
then
like 1984.
I pick up bread and put the yogurt in its place. Now it knows you have bread, not the yogurt. And it's honestly like it's crazy technology. And there are some dumb, things about it too, because one, their whole like slogan is that, there's no lines, right?
Yeah.
You can go in, go out.
Yeah.
But there's only one store. It's super popular, and there's a limit to the amount of people who can be in the store at once. So
Well, that's a tricky business.
so
maneuver.
there's long lines outside of the store to get in.
Then that
Which defeats the purpose of their slogan.
They have to make more.
Well, yeah. So this is basically just a test unit. But also another thing is because, obviously it can't be perfect. So sometimes you might get charged for something extra, and sometimes you might not even get charged for
I'm
something.
sure
you got.
they'll eventually have contingency plans
Sure.
for that.
But what they do right now, do you want to know what they do right now?
What do they do right now?
Is when you exit the store, your phone will pop up and it'll say everything you got.
Okay.
Let's say I got a yogurt, some bread, and some milk. So I have the milk, but I'm like, and it'll pop up like, did you actually buy this milk? Press no if you didn't, and we'll give you a refund. You can press no
They'll just give it to you.
regardless if you actually did or didn't get it.
Oh, that's
and they will
not
give you a
safe.
refund.
That's like what LL Bean does. You know what LL Bean does with the backpacks?
No.
It's ridiculous what they do.
What
Yeah,
is it?
our researchers nodding. Their plan is so self-destructive. I mean, like, good on them. They like have an honor system, but it's really bad for their company.
What do they do?
What they do is basically, if you have an LL Bean bag, no matter how destroyed it is, they will let you trade it in for a new backpack.
Well, they used to do that with the whole moccasins, but they stopped.
If I cut my backpack into 20 pieces, I can give that to LL Bean and they'll give me a new backpack.
Yeah. So with Amazon Go, they also use the honor system, but according to their statements, they say that their system is so good that the amount of times people are going to steal using that, they're not going to lose money. And also, because they have all the cameras and stuff. Because what people are also saying is they have cameras that are looking at every single move you do, where you go in the store, what you pick up, what you put down, how long you look at an item. So they're getting all this data from the people in there, which they can then use to market. And as well as the fact, what was I gonna say? So they have that. Oh yeah. So your account is connected to your Amazon account as well. So if you keep refunding things, they're gonna know.
Yeah, that's true.
And then they can either contact police that way or do some sort of punishment. I don't think it's cancer.
It's Scorpio. It's Scorpio.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
Oh,
definitely
no.
not. It's definitely not cancer.
No!
It was definitely not cancer.
Oh.
That was the worst.
It
choice.
says N. aculeus. It would have said 2 if it was referring to the claws.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But
100% that was Scorpio.
yeah.
Oh, I'm kicking myself. I didn't even see Scorpio.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, they use the honor system, and you can do that, and you can get stuff for free. But according to them, that's not an issue. And we're gonna have to see. Obviously, the story's young, but it's still a cool concept.
I mean, it's everywhere right now.
Yeah, no, it's huge.
So like,
It's cool. I mean, considering they bought Whole Foods, I assume they're gonna eventually replace all Whole Foods with Amazon Go, and there's a Whole Foods pretty close to where we live as well, so that'd be kind of cool if they do eventually do that. Also, aren't they moving the Amazon headquarters around us potentially, right?
I think it's still up in the air right now.
But if they do, that makes this area a prime location for another
That would be
Amazon
pretty cool.
Go
But
store.
by the time that's all set up, we'll have gone to college.
Doesn't mean
Like,
I
we
won't
won't be here
Doesn't mean I won't be coming back. I'm not going that far away.
You-
Maybe I'll come here quickly for a quick Amazon Go.
and then just go straight back.
Yeah, I mean-
That's the most nonsensical one-stop voyage that since we got the unicorn frappuccino.
Which, I mean, was not worth it. We had to go to 4
You
Starbucks.
thought it wasn't worth it. I liked it.
I had to drive to 4 Starbucks.
It's not
That's
my
a lot of
dime.
gas.
I paid for
I
the
know,
gas
you
that
had
day.
to pay for gas.
You made me. I don't think I ever got that money back.
No, you did.
It was your mom's money anyway,
Yes,
so it's not on you.
Because my parents pay for my gas.
Yeah, no, I pay for my own gas,
Well, I do sometimes.
which is weird because I don't have a job right now,
I have 2, so.
and
But,
your parents pay for your gas.
Well,
Oh
no,
my
how it
God.
works is that they only pay for my gas as long as I have a job. If I don't have a job, over the summer, they wouldn't pay for my gas because I didn't have a job. So I literally couldn't drive. And if people ever ask me for a ride, I'm like, I'll give you a ride if you give me money for gas.
Hmm.
So that's how I got my gas money, is I just basically had other people give me money. Which, I mean, it worked. But it was I was like, this kind of defeats the purpose, because if I don't have a job, I can't pay for my gas. But you're not going to pay for my gas. But if I do have a job, you're going to pay for my gas when I could pay for it. So I don't know. It's whatever. But
That's not a big deal. We're at 54. I want to end at an hour. Is that good with you?
I mean, I don't really care. Yeah, we
Might
can
as well end at.
yeah, so
we're not going to end at 55.
We're getting pretty close. So,
Has anything
ultimately-
interesting happened to us recently?
Well, we do have to bring up the question of the day. We do have to get the question of the day. So my question to you is,
Well, what have we discussed that would be?
I was gonna say, what is your opinion on the Amazon Go stores.
No, we talked way too long about the Super Bowl to not make it about that.
All right, well then.
This is just post Super Bowl.
I mean,
but by the time this gets posted, the Super Bowl is going to be old news.
Yeah, exactly. And plus, I think Amazon Go is, a new thing. It's more or less like if there was an Amazon Go near you, would you go there as opposed to a regular supermarket?
That's not that's an obvious yes. I feel like everyone's going to want to try that.
Well, yeah, you're going to try it, but are you going to do it every time?
That's not a good question.
Well, we don't really have.
We can do better than that.
Wait, come up with a question.
Okay, fine.
Just throwing stuff in the air.
Here, what are some other things? Oh, no, I've got a way better question. No, I've got a way better question. Which current artists do you think are going to stand the test of time?
Yeah, because that's a question we actually asked on the show. So.
Yeah, no, 100%. That is the question.
That is the good question.
Please write that in the comments. But on a side note, just something I want to mention. Like, we'll probably tell one more story before we're done, but I just want to make sure I get this out there. We need a little bit of money. We don't need a lot. We just need a little bit of money right now.
You said this in the last episode too.
Yeah, but like you need to keep reiterating.
Okay.
We need 2 things that we're going to try to buy. One of them is a lot cheaper than the other one. We want to buy an SD card that's larger so that we can do longer takes for the show. Because currently we have...
Kitchen project.
Yeah, for the Steve Kitchen project. Because we have to do them in shorter takes currently because we did have a larger SD card, but it's corrupted.
Yeah, I think
and it doesn't work without stopping filming after like a minute. So that doesn't work. But the only other SD card we have on us is like...
4 gigabytes.
Yeah, 4 gigabytes.
Which
we want to get...
It has like a max of like 10, 11 minutes on it per segment.
The other thing we need is a lot cheaper. It's basically for something we're trying to do with Dominic, because we're going to make an intro like to the Steve Kitchen project. We're going to try to film an intro. But to do that, we need a specific prop that's going to cost around $20. You know what I'm talking about,
I know
right?
you're talking about now. I could probably just buy that, honestly.
I know, but we should try to crowdfund when we can.
I'm thinking,
and even so, we can use that money for like the audio equipment.
Because what I think is what I want to get is lighting equipment.
Yeah, but we're not going to need to pay for that. I feel like we can get that. We can definitely get that without.
All right, well, if you can find lighting equipment, but I think that's high up on the list.
Like we can even borrow it from someone else. I think.
I just think that's high up on the list. As opposed to, I mean, we do need the what are they? The lavaliers. We do need lavalier mics.
Lavalier. Well, Nate actually might have an alternative to the lavalier microphones.
Oh, with the
lavalier microphones are basically microphones that they use in hidden camera shows that we want, which are essentially the microphones that they use in show business. Like we had to wear them when we were on High School Quiz Show. They go under your shirt and they connect on the inside of your shirt, right under where like your collar is.
Did they have like the box?
Yeah, they clip box to our back pockets.
Oh, okay.
So we want to try to get those so that the audio is as good as it can get.
For our challenges and such, which hopefully, because that's kind
we're trying to get those off the ground right now. We have one challenge that's entirely written out. But it's too cold, so we're trying to come up with another one.
What prevents the Steve Kitchen project, which is the main show on the channel, takes a lot longer to produce as opposed to the Gelato Fiasco podcast.
Like we can do one of these a day. We can do more than one.
Literally,
of these
this
a day.
was just like on the spot. Easy. Like let's just do a podcast, but. The Steve Kitchen project, one, we need everyone to be here. Two, we need to get up. We need ideas for it too as well. It's more scripted than this. This is not scripted at all. This is just a talking. But the Gelato, and although the Steve Kitchen project is not 100% scripted, there's more of a set layout.
We definitely put work into it. We'll just say that.
And in order to do. Because one of the main focuses of it was the challenges that we would do, but we can't do that without some of the equipment we need, and also it takes a lot longer to produce those.
And there's going to be some punishments that we've already designed. We've already designed one punishment at least for everyone involved in this project, including Dominic Amico, who you're going to be meeting soon.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is a lot of money. You're going to be meeting Dominic Amico soon, who's another one of our friends who's going to start his own little side show on this. We can't tell you what it is yet.
Okay, well, we'll keep that a secret, but
we'll keep that a secret for now. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a recurring segment, but it's not going to be like our biggest recurring side show we do.
It's definitely going to be one of the better things.
It's going to be one of the better things, but that's why we don't want to overdo it. But the thing is that for some of these punishment ideas that we have, they are going to cost a little bit of money. So if you guys can just give us like small amounts when you see us, or even send it in somehow, you can email. You can email me. Should we leave our emails?
You can be maybe in the description or something like that. We can just pop them on the screen, easy. But we'll have an email for.
We'll make an email for Steve Kitchen. Yeah, we'll make an email, and you guys can send us info, and then we can tell you where to send money and stuff like that. Yeah. We'll figure something out.
Yeah. So these podcasts, again, like he said, we can spit these things out like it's nothing. So these are gonna be probably one, maybe two a week. Yeah. As the channel starts up, we do not have a video on the channel as the recording of this, we don't have a video on the channel because the first episode of Steve Kitchen Project is in the making as we speak.
It's just about done at this point, I'd say.
So look forward
it's
to
very
that.
close,
That's coming
yeah.
up, and I recommend you do check that out when it's on.
It's
gonna
only
be
going
on
uphill
before.
from here. We're putting more time into each of the things that we do.
It'll get better as it goes.
We're running close. 15 seconds.
I know. So
Okay. Here. I've got a stinger. I've got a closer.
Okay.
Just remember that we're Gelato Fiasco. Life is full of many different flavors, as I said at the beginning, and don't forget to lick the cone.
Yeah. So thank you for listening. Have a
See you
good
next
one.
time.